G'day guys, my name's Steve and we're in the MTR now. What am I doing? I work in a helicopter company, Heli Services, as an engineer. Rugby Asia Channel is travelling to Budapest, so let's roll.
Hi, I'm François Théandier. We are in Esztergom in Hungary watching the Hungarian national team game against Norway, and I'm from the Budapest Exiles in Hungary. So the Budapest Exiles is, as the name is stating it, is a club that has been formed by some expats in Hungary 25 years ago. Now it's like a mixture between local people and expats, students, workers. So it's a big mix of different people from all over the world.
Rugby is relatively a new sport in Hungary. It's new because during the socialist era, rugby was a banned sport. We were not allowed to play much because Hungary was supporting Olympic sport mostly, and they did not allow rugby to establish a union. So after 1989 we could establish a new rugby union, and really rugby started a new era after 1989. In Hungary we do not play in the winter and do not play in the summer. In the summer because it's too hot, and the winter because it's too cold. The pitches are frozen and covered with snow. So we play from normally from March to June and from September to end of November. Well, John Alomu is my favorite player. That's no question, and I love the All Blacks.
Why? Why is it?
Well, when I started to play rugby, we could not see much rugby, especially in Hungary. But what we had, it was all about the All Blacks and the style they play and how they respect rugby, how they respect each other. I think that's a role that every sportsman, not just the rugby, but in any sport, should follow.
In Hungary, currently ladies or women rugby is not that popular at the moment. Mostly foreigners play this kind of sport, especially expats or students who work or study here. But actually Hungarian women get more and more into this sport. Actually, I started playing rugby when I was living abroad in Belgium, in Brussels. I was already 30 years old, and I was living with an Italian flatmate, and I told him, listen, I'm sitting all day long in the office. I need something to be on fresh air, outside, meet cool people, get a little bit contact. And then he said, okay, you should come over and participate at one of the rugby trainings, and that's how I started. But I was already 30 years old.
It's a big honor, and I can represent my country, my family, my friends, and I would like to make proud the country and me as well. So it's really important for me, of course.
So my name is Ted Coe. I play loose head prop, and we are in Esztergom, Hungary, at the Hungary-Norway game, where Hungary is at halftime 32 points to 0 up, which is really great. Hobo's telling me to look at the camera. Obviously, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But the point is, it's really great for Hungarian rugby, this game. It's going really fine. There's a huge turnout here of all the clubs, youth, kids. There was a rugby tournament here earlier. And for a country in which rugby's growing, this is exactly what we need here. So I actually started playing here. So I started playing rugby for the first time ever here in Budapest, Hungary. I played a little bit of American football back home as a kid, but I'd started over here and started, the first few trainings using muscles that had never been used before. So I'm sitting in class just aching and paining everywhere, but it was a fantastic feeling, and it made me come back for more. And that's why I really like rugby for young men and young women especially. I coach our team's junior side. And we've got kids from tough backgrounds, difficult backgrounds, and I love to see the looks on their faces when, one, they do well, but two, they're just having fun. They're just showing up to training and having a great time with each other and making great friends. And that's something I really give a lot of credit to rugby to.
Well, I'm the British ambassador. I've been here for just over a year. and it's a beautiful country. Budapest is a beautiful city. Hungarians are great people, very welcoming, very hospitable, and I run an embassy of about 50 people here in Budapest. I'm a huge rugby fan, and we all know that rugby is a great sport for bringing people together, and it's great to see so many people here enjoying themselves today. There's some good rugby pubs in Budapest. The Scottish pub, the Caledonia, is a great place to watch rugby. And what we at the embassy want to do is to try to give as much support as we can to the development of rugby here. And it's fantastic to show support for people who are learning rugby. We've got the women playing here earlier today, kids playing rugby as well. So whether it be the exiles, women, kids, we're happy to support rugby in any shape or form here.
So what we're working on right now is to develop the youth section of our club, and the other clubs of Budapest. We're working together on that. So we have some under 18 right now, few ones. There is some people who have some under 12, under 10. We want to have in 3-4 years much more young playing, like 2-3 teams of under 18, under 16, under 14, under 12 in Budapest and around, so that we can give them game, make them play easily, and give opportunity for people who want to play for real.
If you are a young guy who is not sure about which sport you would like to do, come to play rugby, because you will find yourself in a very nice sport, and you will find yourself between brothers. Wherever you go in the world, you will find rugby players as your brothers that you can rely on and you can have fun with.
Well, this sport is good for girls and women, because people, or especially men, think it's not made for women because there's too much contact, too much physicality. But you know, women are also kind of human beings that sometimes need to release stress, or sometimes need to feel this kind of contact. This is really something which I would recommend for those who are looking for that. Another part is the social life, the parties, going out with each other and just have fun.
Köszönöm, hogy itt lehetek. Hajrá magyarok, és hajrá Exiles.
Just come down, try it out. You learn a lot about yourself. You have a great time. It's not as dangerous or as scary as you think.
Magyarország, which means come on Hungary, but I think, you know, let's give all the support we can to this great sport here in Hungary, all the support we can give them so that the sport can develop. And you know, seeing Hungary giving Norway a pretty good cuffing today will obviously do the guys a lot of power of good in terms of motivating them for their next match.
Hi everyone, my name is David Drummond. I'm 20 years old. I'm playing as a third row and a second row. I'm playing for Budapest Exiles, and I came for represent my country, Hungary, playing for rugby for my home. Well, as you can see at the back, it's 42-7 for us. We won at home, which is a big win and a big result. The enjoyment of being with my friends and playing for my country, that's the biggest pleasure, I think.
Hi, I'm Nicolas Valo. I play for the Budapest Exiles. I'm 27 years old, and I also play for Hungary. And I play flanker for the national team and for my club as well. Well, I'm French at the beginning, but I live long enough in Hungary to play, to represent the country. And it's kind of country by adoption now. So it's a really great feeling to be part of another family like this. It's great.
Okay guys, well that's all we've got time for, but before we go, I'd just like to say a quick hello to my wife and my son, Ethan. Also, g'day to Ramel and Arnold. Right, off to watch the game. Go the All Blacks.